Well, the French press not any easier on PSG following their 2-1 home loss against Manchester United. L'Equipe going with the title unrecognizable. Jules, with your PSG ways, how bad was that performance?
I thought it was shocking. I really did. And they stayed in the game. They came back in the game. It was 1-1 until the 87th minute. But I thought in terms of performances, in terms of game plan, in terms of the tactical battle between Solskjaer on one side and Thomas Tuchel on the other side, there was no match. United were by far the better team. They were better prepared. They were hungrier. They were more aggressive. They had a proper game plan with the back five, and then with the back four when Pogba came on, played higher up on the pitch. I thought they were brilliant. They were fantastic. And on this show, I've been critical of Solskjaer at times, but I really have to give him a lot of credit for that win. It was really good. And PSG were shocking. They were really poor. Collectively, there was nothing. Individually, Neymar and Mbappe wanted to do their own things on their own. Of course, there are chances, and De Gea had to pull out some good saves because there's still a lot of talent in that team. But I thought Tuchel got the starting 11 wrong. He got his substitution wrong. I thought Neymar and Mbappe, like I said, tried far too hard individually to make a difference. And I just didn't recognize the team that we saw in the final 8 that finally found, or so we thought, that team spirit, the collectiveness, the unity that they were lacking for so many years, and that was gone against United.
Frank, you hammered the PSG players on yesterday's show, but let's focus on Tuchel here, because as Jules says, Tuchel getting outmanaged by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not something I think a lot of people would have had in their bingo card of this match, and yet it happened. Where does it leave Tuchel and PSG?
Well, we saw him lots of time, sitting on the bench, in fact, wondering what he could do. And I think he cannot do anything. And I don't know if one coach can do something about Paris Saint-Germain. We thought maybe, as Jules said, that in the final 8 he find a solution. But it's really up to the players what's going to happen on the field with Paris Saint-Germain. Manchester United made the perfect game because they knew that they had to wait for Paris Saint-Germain and work in contre-attack where they are the best of. And they did very well. And you can say that because Navas was the best Paris Saint-Germain player during that game. But it's complicated when you coach Paris Saint-Germain to make sure you're going to have a squad team, a teamwork, and a team effort together when you have two players who are absolutely fantastic players, but absolutely do whatever they want. So that's the main problem. It's not only offensively, it's also defensively. It's always they don't defend, they don't care, they walk, they complain, they cry, they try to dribble, to play only individually, like how many players I'm going to take on. And if it works, they're absolutely fantastic. But if it doesn't work, it's a problem. And when you have when you don't have Marquinhos and Verratti, who are also leaders, but a little bit more for Marquinhos than Verratti defensively, you are in danger. It's what happened to Paris Saint-Germain. So you have to make sure you build something to, in fact, prevent all Neymar and Mbappe miss out. That's the thing. That's the thing you have to do, because otherwise you're going to have problems. It's what happened against Manchester United.
Jules, Neymar, no goals in his last 4 Champions League matches. Mbappe, no goals in his last 6 Champions League matches. If you ever thought they were going to get healthy and have a good one, it was against this Manchester United with all of their issues at the back, and yet it didn't go that way. We can focus on Tuchel for sure, but how much criticism should those two specifically be getting?
They're the leaders, so they deserve to be criticized, and rightly so. There was a lot done made in France, by some of the numbers behind Kylian Mbappe's performance. For example, the fact that he ran only 7.5 kilometers when Marcus Rashford, for example, ran 9.7 kilometers. When Rashford made 44 sprints at high intensity, and Mbappe made only 22. And of course, the two styles and the game plans were different because PSG had a lot of the ball when United played on the counter-attack. So when you counter, you run more, of course, and you made a higher number of sprints because that's what you do. You make sprints forward because you play on the counter. I get that. However, those numbers are really extreme, far too extreme at that level. And we can say that Mbappe didn't do enough, certainly when he didn't have the ball. I do think, though, that when you insist so much individually on the ball, when you try to dribble, it's also because there's no game plan behind. If there was a proper structure in place, if there was a pattern of play for PSG, I don't think Neymar and Mbappe will use the ball individually so much and just go into those slaloms or dribbling runs, for example, because there would be something around them. There would be more movement, more runs, more options, more solutions for them to pass the ball to, which is not the case, certainly was not the case against United. So, of course, they have to be criticised and take the blame, some of the blame, because they are the leaders, because they are incredible players, far better than what they showed on Tuesday night. However, I still think as well that if you don't give them a pattern of play, a style of football, some movement around them, they can't do much more than just trying to do it on their own.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.